Okay, good day to everyone. So, we will be discussing today the topic technology for the mice industry and the change effect affecting the mice industry in the next millennium and the special events management. So, with this chapter, the student will must have to determine the role and scope of technology in the mice industry, to explain the advantages of technology over manual systems, discuss the data processing system, describe the expectations of mice attendees in the future, clarify the role of professional and trade associations, discuss the changes affecting the host cities, and you will be able to know the breakdown of components of the special events. So the first topic we have on your screen is the role and scope of technology in the mice industry. So the significant advantages of technology over manual systems are five. Number one, opportunities to use data in a more effective, appropriate way. Number two, greater dependability, less possibility of human error. Number three, harmonious operation. Four, safer data. And number five, real-time analysis and review. So with this manual system, the major role of technology in the mice industry is to gather, to store, and to provide data to the different level of users. So itong mga advantages na ito ay malaki ang tulong para mas magawa natin ng maayos and successful yung ating events industry. Next slide would be the data processing system. So we have three here on your screens. The first one, data processing system divided into three types. And the first one is the batch processing. So in the batch data processing systems, event negotiations are gathered and prepared in groups. So lahat ng income nila and invoices for a simple day are considered batch negotiation and prepared as a group. So the system is simple and reliable. And also, it does not impose network immediate backup and training of all employees. So usually, it is used by a small and medium-sized lang ng mice companies. The second one naman on your screen would be the one real-time processing. So negotiations naman with this second type are recorded as soon as they occur. So the main offices can prepare the data either in real time or by using the batch processing principle. So yung mga system natin dito sa second type is more expensive than batch processing because yung demands dito is real-time negotiation and instrumental groups of system. So kapag yung real-time systems natin are usually used by the middle size naman and big mice companies ang included dito sa ating number 2 type of data processing system. The last one, the timeshare and service bureaus. So with service bureaus that these are they allow the customers to make decisions whether to buy their own equipment or to outsource other resources or production of facilities or other equipments. And also, when it comes to time sharing naman, the method of the operation in which multiple users naman with different programs interact nearly or simultaneously with the central processing unit of a large scale or of the digital computer. The next slide would be focusing on the hardware configuration. There are many types of hardware configuration, but these are the common in our mice industry. Number one is the online system. These are very unique because each transaction is entered via a communication device connected to a computer. A good example of such system is yung magnetic cards na tinatawag. Also, yung ating mga online systems may or may not be real-time systems depending on whether transactions are processed and updated as soon as they occurred. And also, we have here electronic data interchange or EDI, which is being adopted by the several mice companies. Ang EDI is a computer-to-computer exchange of intercompany information and also yung mga datas in a standard form. So the direct and indirect methods are used to implement to this EDI. So the direct method is it connects the computer system of a mice company with a major client or supplier, which ito ay magiging major beverage supplier as an example natin. So, hindi na tayo mahihirapang makipag-communicate with our client or supplier. And when it comes to indirect method naman, it uses naman a network of several computers of the company that provides a mailbox to be used by all. So makikita ng lahat. And the network converts the message of senders into a format preferred by our receivers. So yung advantage ng method naman na ito is that yung sender can transmit the documents to several receiver without changing the format. So, hindi na mas madaling makapag-adjust dito kung meron mang risk na mangyari. And the second one, type of hardware configuration, is the PC system, which this is an integrated set of hardware and software designed to process of all the data and information to produce a meaningful result. So, good example na dyan kapag mga meron tayong assignments or assessments, nagagamit natin itong mga iba't ibang klase ng system sa ating personal computers or kung tayo man ay naka-laptop or gumagamit sa mga computer shop. So maraming iba't ibang types ng software and hardware tayong nagagamit to design our own type of documents or anything and so on and so forth. And the last one is the distributed data processing. So with the several mice companies or the large mice companies use PC for both processing and analysis. Distributed data processing systems are often connected to a mainframe computer which is located at the office headquarters of a mice company sa ating mga supervisor or president. So they can be connected to one another through a network system such as a local area network or yung LAN, which is sinasaksak siya sa ating mga device or sa laptop, sa computer. And also yung a wide area network or yung WAN. So, pwede naman itong hindi naman siya yung may bagay na isasaksak pa, 'di ba? So this can be parang pumapasok dito yung mga Bluetooth type natin, infrared, so yung ganong connection or network system. And networks are used to give PCs the ability to communicate with each other and share the workloads. Kasi kapag nakalan tayo, makikita natin yung mga nakasave documents sa isang personal computer at the same connection or at the same network. So yun yung advantage ng ating distributed data processing. Next one is access control. So this access should be limited only to authorize the person in order to prevent unauthorized use and change of files and data. Integrated file system and EDI access is limited through control of different passwords. So passwords are, these are the codes, usually to access several parts of a database, and passwords allow us to examine and recover data, di ba? Others may allow this inputting the password as changing some of the data, but it is important that at least 2 people have mastered access doon sa inyong mga databases. So if a person with master access is not available, so the operation of the company will not be affected if hindi siya visible that time. Interactive web. So these are the website used to attract potential customers and can serve as a good marketing tool. One of the most important events of the decade was the development of the internet, because companies set up website, and this will serve as the information tool of different businesses, and the websites are used to attract potential customers, which lalo na ngayon, we are very familiar of the social media or the multimedia marketing app, diba? Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and other type of websites. So there are some advantages that a site can provide to a MICE company. Pag sinabi nating site, hindi ito isang lugar. Ito ay isang website na. Sa internet tayo, nakafocus. Number 1 is wide market reach, of course. Next is the ability to update information quickly and easily. The ability to gather data about potential customers. And lastly, ability to decrease marketing expenses. So, sum it up all, yung internet natin is a great equalizer because it gives small and middle-sized MICE companies the same opportunities na meron sa mga large MICE companies. Bakit? Kasi madali nating ma-reach yung ating potential clients or customers with internet or with the interactive web. MICE industry database. We have 2 major criteria of database on your screen. Number 1, resources. Number 2 is the search features. So we have resources, which this database have the more reliable when it becomes, because resources are collected over time. So young databases often contains less data than older ones. Kasi minsan, di ba, kapag mas reliable, mas kumbaga summarized na yung mga datas na nakalagay sa isang new or batang web or docu sa internet. Yun yung mas nakakakuha ng atensyon ng tao ngayon kasi it is less time to think to read or to understand yung datas included. Unlike dun sa other ones na from the introduction up until the end is yun pa rin. So, mas favorable ngayon yung summarized na and mas maikli kung baga. The second one, search features. Databases can be searched in many ways such as alphabetically, by region, by services, services offered rather, by price and by age. So the more criteria a database has, the more reliable it becomes. Kasi yung ating search criteria should be user-friendly and madali siyang i-customize. Lalo na sa ating mga Gen Z, very creative and artistic yung kanilang mga mind. So, mas nakukuha ng attention yung mga ganitong type ng features. So, in all of the electronic databases, users can enter keywords and the database will conduct a global search based on this word. So, be thankful enough and use reliable sources lang lagi. Next slide, trends and technology. This is an important innovation in the global high technology revolution in the development of the wireless application or yung tinatawag nating WAP. WAP was developed within the wireless industry from companies such as Nokia, Phone.com, and Ericsson. Si WAP din yung nagsiserve as internet content and services natin to wireless clients with the use of WAP devices such as yung ating mga mobile phones ngayon and terminals. So according to the IES or the International Event Society, more than 90% of MICE professionals now use cellular technology. And cell phone is an indispensable tool in our MICE industry, which WAP technology make it easier, faster, cheaper, and more profitable to connect with others locally and internationally. Expectation of attendees. So they expect to benefit their businesses and to provide an adequate return on their investment. The attendees expect that the event will allow them to do serious business and at the same time enable them to grow personally. Attendees expect the convention or event to provide high level of service. So these are the three specific areas that attendees will be looking at to determine whether or not will they attend a convention or an event, diba? Kasi it will they think of it ahead of time if this event will benefit to them as participant, as an attendees. Changes affecting host cities. So this entails many changes for some cities. This changes large expenditure of money to upgrade existing facilities or to create ones. So they also need to look at their intercity transportation system to make sure that groups can move easily and around the city. So with this slide or this topic, existing tourist attraction sa atin need to be best promoted and other tourist attraction have to be developed to make our city most attractive to group businesses. So mostly yung ating cities that have developed their facilities and have obtained huge returns on their investments are the successful ones when it comes to their promoting their destinations or their tourist attractions to the customers or to our guests. Professional education in the next millennium. Professional education has played an important role in the past and will play an even more important role in the future. Professionals in the MICE industry must be aware of technological and educational changes in order to facilitate continuing education. So with this, the members of professional organizations have learned through apprenticeships or kaya nga tayo merong ginagawa mga on-the-job trainings with different professional, attending professional meetings, reading professional publications, and also we are able to participate in professional certification programs. So itong mga in every organized profession, they have or they has its own professional association. So itong mga associations na to, they aim to improve yung ating professionalism ng mga members by providing continuing education opportunities. Meron tayong mga programs, kumbaga, na pwedeng makatulong pa na mas ma-broaden ang ating knowledge when it comes to this industry. And meetings and convention are one of a perfect forum for this type of education. Many corporations and professional associations are leading the way in education or educating the workforce through the use of these conventions, meetings, and expositions. So they should be aware of the different changes in our society or in our industry. The impact naman of globalization on the MICE industry. This is under with Margina Kaplan. So we have 3 on your screen. They must review the complete demographic profile of the participants. The executive planning, the convention or the event must carefully review the objectives of the event. The decision maker should carefully review the benefits obtained by the attendees of the international convention or event. So most of the company or association executives should discuss these 3 factors before they decide to organize an international event or convention, because a successful MICE planner knows that yung success ng ating event depends syempre doon sa ability natin as a planner to understand yung needs and desires ng ating attendees or ng ating participants. And also, they should determine whether yung objective ba natin is conducive to an international setting and whether they can best be achieved yung ating international arena. And yung members naman natin can learn how industry or the profession operates in different culture, in different location, which assimilate new methods. So nagpapakita na tayo or na-adapt na natin yung new methods and technologies that pertains naman doon sa industry or profession natin. So, continuing studies, changes in the workplace and workforce, share different value and value system, and also we share and exchange knowledge. Next one is special event management. So the term special event management is used as an umbrella term that includes all functions that bring people together for a unique purpose. So special events are embedded in the meetings and conventions and at amusement parks, parades, festivals, fairs, and exhibit. So most events require planning by an organizer. Lalo na kung ang host natin or ang gagawin nating events is yung mga nabanggit dyan sa taas, yung mga special events na yan. The event can be small as a local Rotary picnic or as an international film festival. So, this should include the purpose of bringing people together for this kind of event. So if special events like this can mean working community infrastructure, can have the merchandising, you can do promoting, and in some cases pa nga, you will be dealing with different medias. So special event management is very crucial when, if you are the organizer or you are the event planner. These are the definition of a special event. So according to CIC, or the Convention in Industry Council, this is a one-time event that is for the purpose of celebration, a unique activity. According to Goldblatt, a unique moment in time celebrated with ceremony and ritual to satisfy specific needs of the participants or attendees. So we have the kinds of special events. Civic ones, or ito yung mga Centennial or Foundation Day. Mega events, Olympics, America's Cup, World Fairs. Festivals and fairs, ito naman yung ating mga festivals ng for-profit and non-profit, yung mga fairs, and yung iba't iba pang community events. Exposition, these are the meeting place for suppliers and buyers, also for education and entertainment. Sporting events, these are yung mga Super Bowl, World Series, Master Golf Tournament. Yan yung mga example niya. Social life cycle events, these are the weddings, anniversaries, birthdays, reunions. Yan yung mga good example natin. Next one is yung meetings and conventions. So mostly political or national conventions, National Restaurant Association conventions, Professional Convention Management Association's annual conference, and retail events, long-range promotional events, store openings, celebrity appearances, new product rollouts. And yung last natin is religious events, papal inaugurations, Hajj or yung Mecca, and yung ating mga Easter events. So those are the different kinds of special events mentioned. So meron pa yan, and you can research more about the different kinds pa ng special events. So for now, yun na lang muna. And then, event protocol. So, ano ba yung meaning ng protocol natin? So, this is used to describe the traditional form of behavior and in a ceremony and etiquette observed by diplomats and heads of the state. So, the term is also used to describe a code of correct conduct. So, special events have protocols, di ba? So, mostly yung mga behaviors and values natin dapat ay alam natin or kaya nating gamitin kung nasaan man tayong lugar. So, most of the functions where protocols needs to use are the following: civic receptions, formal parade, National Day reception, citizenship ceremonies, private functions. And sources of informations or protocols naman, libraries, internet, federal, state, and local government protocols departments, and also the Office of the United Nations. So these are where we need to use or to abide the protocols, and where are we going to see or to read those protocols indicated in such an event. Order of precedence. So the following personnel and officials would require research on the protocol requirements. So these are the diplomats and foreign officials, religious officials, military personnel, academic officials, nobility, and the royalty. Next, we have the titles. So style guides, which are available in most public libraries, provide guidelines on the correct titles for the different people, kung paano natin sila tawagin or how we address them, such as the prime ministers and ministers. And also, the style of address naman, as the style guides can help with this form of protocol as well as the form of address for the clergy. So, meron tayong example dito on your screens. This is how we address the foreign dignitaries. So, on the left side is the dignitary, for example, emperor or empress, a king, and a queen. So, the formal title and address where applicable to these dignitaries are His or Her Imperial Majesty. For example, Imperial Majesty Maria, or Emperor or Empress of Albania. So, kapag may salutation naman tayo for the written greetings and spoken greetings, Your Majesty, Sir, Ma'am. So, more on pare-parehas sila. And kapag sa salutation naman tayo, Your Dignified Majesty, Your Majesty, Sir, Your Majesty. And sa final salutation, I have the honor to remain Your Imperial Majesty's obedient servant. I have the honor to remain Your Majesty's obedient servant. So on and so forth. So yan yung mga sample greetings, spoken greetings natin, and how we addressed the different foreign dignitaries. Marami pa tayo niyan. So I will just upload the copy of the different foreign dignitaries formal title and how you address them. So let's go on to the dress for formal occasion. So the appropriate dress for formal occasion should be included doon sa ating mga invitations. And this may be include the morning dress for formal day functions or black tie for formal evening events. Kung sa umaga kayo ay formal event lang, so pwede naman siguro yung mga hanggang below the knee na dress for the women's. And sa men's naman ay pwede siguro na mga hindi na naka-coat, naka-tie na lang at saka naka-long sleeve. So kapag sa evening event naman, so moreover ang ating mga women ay naka long gowns or ball gowns, and sa men's naman natin is complete with the black tie and formal wear nila. So protocol for speakers. The speaker should be briefed in advance and provided with a list of guests to be welcomed in order of the precedence. So, dito dapat ay advise or inform ang ating mga speakers kung sino-sino yung mga sponsors, kung sino-sino yung mga dignitaries na nandito sa loob ng event ninyo. So, dapat may copy siya noon and in-advise siya ng or in-inform siya ng organizer to whom are the different special needed to be a special mention for the events. The next one is the dining. So the event organizer should plan for the style of food service according to the protocol. Kung kayo ay naka-formal, syempre, magde-decide kayo doon kung ang gusto nyo ay a la carte or buffet. So mostly, yan ay inaayos na ng ating mga event planner o months before pa, 'di ba? Kaya nga meron tayong mga ginagawang food tasting pa nga dun sa iba't ibang event before we conduct it. Kasi kukunin din natin dito yung mga type ng guest natin kasi mostly baka hindi sila kumakain ng seafood, kung seafood ang inyong plan. Yung iba naman ay vegetables, meat, so yung mga ganong factor. Next one naman is protocol for sporting ceremonies. So there are number of formalities for sporting events, including na yung mga awarding of trophies or medals at the ceremony held after the event is finished. So better na nakaayos and sunod-sunod na yung ating kumbaga arrange na yung ating mga medals, trophies, certificates na i-distribute after the said event for the awarding ceremonies. Para hindi na hassle na maghanap ng nasa na si award for best in communication, ganyan-ganyan. So, yung mga ganong scenario. Next one is rules on flag flying. So there are many rules in flying the national flag of the different countries naman. So better na advance or inform kayo kung papaano or ano yung gagawin kapag merong mga international sporting event na gagawin dito. So for example natin yung Philippine flag natin as a national emblem. So, it should take precedence over all of the flags kasi tayo yung host country and it should always be presented properly. So, when flying with the flags, other countries, the Philippine flag should be in the position of honor. When carried in a procession, the Philippine flag should always lead kasi kayo yung host country. Understanding community infrastructure. So this may include the CEO of the company, politician, prominent business leaders of the community, civic and community groups, the media, and the other leaders of the community. Next one would be the planning tools for special events. So we have 3. Flowchart and graphs are used for scheduling, such as the start of the meeting, the time for coffee breaks, time for the meeting to resume and to end. So there should be also a well-defined setup and a breakdown schedule. And policy statement should be made to guide in yung ating mga decision-making processes na mangyayari. And also, dapat tayo ay clear with giving our understanding of commitments and we are clear doon sa iba't ibang statements na ibibigay natin. Kasi doon pa lang sa flowchart, dapat naka-indicate na yung mga schedule ng activities, yung mga kung paano natin maiga-guide at kung saan natin i-guide yung ating mga attendees and guests to help in the smooth execution of our event. And this will give opportunity to know the tasks that may have been overlooked at the start of our planning processes. Next one, merchandising and promotion of special events. So the elements of the promotional mix for successful events, special event management are, we have 6, advertising, direct marketing, interactive or internet marketing, sales promotion, publicity or public relations, and the personal selling. So these are the distinctive roles of the promotional mix model. So yung ating mga nabanggit. And with that, advertising, discuss lang natin siya ng konti. This is any paid form of non-personal communication about the event. So, it involves the mass media such as yung television, radio, magazines, and yung newspapers natin. So, this is a well-known form of promotion because it is very persuasive when it comes to catching up or attracting our customers. Direct marketing naman is a form of advertising that communicates directly doon sa ating mga target consumers in order to get a response sa kanila agad-agad. Interactive or internet marketing naman is this allows a back and forth flow of informations kasi yung users natin can participate and can change the form and content of information they receive. So, pwede ditong it enables the users to receive and modify the images, the information. Pwede silang mag-inquire, magtanong ng kung ano-ano at pwedeng mag-purchase kung meron man kayong mga binibenta online. Sales promotion. Ito naman yung popular form ng sales promotion natin ay yung coupon o yung mga discount vouchers. Kasi this is defined as the marketing activities that give extra value or incentives doon sa sales force natin, sa mga distributors, and sa ating mga consumers to encourage pa yung kanilang mga sales. Next is publicity and public relation. So, these are two separate components. Publicity, ito yung component natin na directly paid tayo, and we do not have an identified sponsor. So, sariling bulsa natin yon. And the purpose of public relation naman is to plan and distribute yung information natin systematically in order to control and manage the image or the publicity of our event. So, ang aim nito is ma-establish natin into positive image yung ating special events na gagawin. And yung last is the personal selling. Ito naman yung form ng person-to-person communication in which a seller tries to help or persuade yung prospective event attendees natin. So, nililigawan natin yung ating mga participants. So, group tour sales are personal selling of a special event. Personal selling is more appropriate and feasible by meeting or discussing it face-to-face with a group of representative instead of meeting face-to-face with each individual prospective attendee. So, good example natin dito yung mga iniipon kayo sa isang lugar para mag-talk yung isang certain person from, example natin, front row company, kung naranasan nyo yon. So, yung mga ganitong personal selling is the good example of this type of mixed model or promotional mixed model. Let's jump into the sponsorship for special events. So, this, pag sinabi naman nating sponsorship, these are the innovative way for event organizer to help in paying expenses of special event para makalas tayo sa gasto, sumahanap tayo ng ating iba't ibang sponsors. So, company sponsorship have increased due to the following. Number 1, change in the economy. Second, power to attract several groups of buyers, power to evaluate outcomes. This integration of the media, increase in the number of several groups of people. So, event sponsors contribute money or merchandise sa isang events or sa isang special event, Sponsorship din natin can be regarded as more than just a charitable activity for a company. And ito din yung ginagawa nilang marketing tool para mas makilala yung nag-sponsor sa inyo. So, sponsors have two kinds of audiences. Number 1, internal. Ito yung mga audience natin from our employees. And external, ito yung mga audience natin that is our buyers. So, these are the two kinds of audiences we have in the sponsorship for special events. Media coverage. For special events naman, these are the following methods to attract radio and television coverage. Number one, best time to attract cameraman and reporters is early in the morning. Friday is the best day of the week to attract the news crew. A special event should be given advance notice. Kasi kung mapapansin nyo, sa umaga pa lang, mas fresh pa yung mind ng mga viewers, mas madaling ma-attract yung mga viewers natin doon sa ipapalabas nating commercials. And kapag sa Friday naman, kasi the following day ay rest day or Saturday, mostly yon ay ating mga day off sa work. So, it is best time din to attract kasi meron silang time na manood or sabihin na nating magpuyat sa isang report or newscast na ipapalabas kasi yun ay parang naging hobby na din nila after working hours. Target market for a special event naman. There are two important elements for a successful event. So number one, the community brings the event to the city and the event satisfies the needs of the buyers. So with this target marketing, this is on how we are determining the persons who would like to attend this particular event. Yung target market natin ay yung mga tao na alam nating or gusto nilang mag-participate sa ganitong specific event. So to be profitable, yung mga event organizers natin should direct their advertisement doon sa particular target group nila. So dapat ganun yung mga instinct ng ating event planners. Next one is the preparation for special events. So there are a lot of steps need to be followed kung tayo ay prepare for a special event. Of course, choose a venue, obtain permits, involve the necessary government agencies, involve the health department if there will be food and beverage at the event, meet all pertinent parties in person to clear up any misconception early on. Be aware of the complexities of dealing with public sectors. Acknowledge the logistic that community must contend with for certain types of special events. Establish a security plan. Obtain liability insurance. Determine ticket prices if the special event involves ticketing. Determine ticket sale distribution if the special event involves ticketing. 12. Take charge of the following basic businesses that support the function. Of course, accounting system, human resource system, registration, ticketing, scoring, and yung ating results. So, dapat yan yung mga i-prepare natin or isalang-alang natin when forming or doing some of event in the MICE industry. So, after we prepare, of course, we prepare naman for doon sa ating budget. So, these are the 6 areas: rental cost, security cost, production cost, labor cost, marketing cost, talent costs. So, itong mga cost na to is we will be discussing this on the next slide. Rental cost. These facilities such as yung mga convention center natin or ground space to put up a tent. Of course, nagre-require siya ng payment or fees of kung daily rental man yan or hours or month kung matagal. So, yung mga ganong factor. Next one is yung security cost natin. So, ito naman is stationed at the front and rear entrances of the venue to create a safetyness doon sa ating mga attendees and participants. Mostly ay sa entrance and exits, meron tayong mga ganitong guards. Labor costs. So the labor cost involved the setup and breakdown of the event will depend on the city where the special event will be held. So lahat ng mga cities o kung example natin is dun sa mga strict union cities, labor cost will be higher because of the higher wages of the union crew. So, depende pa din yan kung kayo ay province rate. So, mag-stick kayo sa province rate. If hindi naman, city rate, so please provide them na exact salary or wage for their labor cost. Next is marketing cost. So this is associated with attracting attendance to a special event, make up a large part of the budget. Kasi dito pa lang is ina-assess na natin kung ano yung mga expenses na maaaring maging part ng ating budget. And several event organizers use a combination of promotions to attract attendees, and all these need to be budgeted. So lahat, kahit simpleng type ng promotion ay kasama sa budget natin yan. Although, yung mga ibang type of promotional strategies natin is free naman, but in the other way, meron pa din siyang pagkakagastusan. Yung pang-load, yung pang-bili ng internet, so yung mga ganong factor. Next is yung ating talent cost. Yung last natin. So, special events use some type of talents or performance such as keynote speakers, a band or orchestra, sport team, a singer, etc. to attract attendees to the event. So, para na rin hindi ma-board yung ating mga participants or ating attendees, they hire people with this kind of special talents. Of course, cost will depend on the popularity nung magpa-perform sa inyong event. And it is the duty of the event planner to do yung projection niya kung magkano ba yung gagastusin at tutubuin ninyo dun sa inyong event. So, projections are important for a community to decide whether to host another event in the future or to not to repeat it. So repeat events are much easier to promote, especially when organizers have made profit of it. Syempre, madali na lang gumawa ulit or mag-conduct ng event kapag naranasan mo na the whole thing and yung result is successful. Breakdown of special events. So breaking down the event usually involves various tasks that an organizer must complete. So we have two here. And under that, the following sources may add information to the report, which are the participants, the media and the press, the staff and management, and also the vendors. And the last is the following steps should be taken in a final assessment of the events we have 4 also. Complete, finalize, send the media a final press release regarding the overall success of your event, and also send the thank you letters to the volunteers who are involved kung meron man sa inyong event. So these are the breakdowns of a special event. And for your assessment, that this sums up our discussion about the last topic of the introduction to mice technology for the mice industry, changes affecting the mice industry in the next millennium, and special events management. So I hope you learned something, you learned more about this topic or this chapter. And if you have questions regarding uh, this topic, please type in on the comment section, and I will be patiently answering your queries and questions if you do have. So for your assessment, I will be posting it on your respective Google Classroom for uh, the exact deadline of this assessment and other activities to be posted there. So thank you very much for listening and have a good day. Stay safe and God bless.